Extend Kayvon Thibodeaux. If you're the New York Football Giants, I don't see why we don't extend Kayvon Thibodeaux. He is a phenomenal player. You know, he's not an elite edge rusher. He's not the top 5 pick we wanted him to be. He's not a Will Anderson. He's not an Abdul Carter. But he is a great player. I'm going to give 5 reasons why I believe Kayvon Thibodeaux should be extended. And number 1, which is by far the most important and what the Giants have lacked most in their recruiting of players and players they've chosen throughout the draft that just haven't panned out. Some of the problems they've had is that they are not mature. They're not intelligent and willing to face some adversity and bounce back. As soon as Odell faced some adversity, Odell was phenomenal, a better football player than Kayvon probably will ever be at his position. As soon as Odell faced some adversity and some backlash from the fans when he wasn't beloved by the fans, he did some dumb things and he got traded away. Kadarius Toney, as soon as Kadarius Toney faced a little bit of adversity, he just was terrible. He couldn't handle it. His ego was too big. You know, so there's just these players that are intelligent, and then there's players that are willing to be resilient and don't let one thing derail them and make them lose that confidence. And Kayvon Thibodeaux is not one of those players. We drafted this guy, Evan Neal, same draft class. As soon as he faced some adversity, he's trash. He was one of the safest picks in the 2022 draft. He was a lock to be such a great tackle in this league. There was not a single person who thought he could be a bust. Consensus top 5 pick, or top 7 pick. He went number 7. And as soon as he faced some adversity, he's dog shit. He's been dog shit since day one. He hasn't gotten better at all. And that shows Evan Neal's character. That shows his work ethic. That shows his mindset. And when Kayvon is brought in here as a top 5 pick, and he had a pretty good rookie season, it was a bit overrated. He had 12.5 sacks, but it wasn't as good as the numbers showed. It was impressive, though. It was impressive for a rookie. Like Jared Verse, he didn't have as good stats as Kayvon Thibodeaux, but he had a way dominant. He was an instant star edge rusher in his rookie year. I think he only had like 7 sacks or something, but he made more of an impact. But Kayvon was still great, and I just think he was brought in as a top 5 pick. And he hasn't lived up to that. Obviously, we don't need to act like he has. Brian Burns is better than him. Abdul Carter is better than him, and those are the 2 starters. But what Kayvon Thibodeaux has showed is that he still believes in himself, and no matter who's brought in to beat him out, or just because the Giants don't think they have a good edge rusher room, that's why they drafted Abdul Carter. And they traded for Brian Burns. They didn't think Kayvon was enough. He's like, okay, fine. I'm still going to work my tail off, and I'm going to prove to John Harbaugh that I deserve to be here. All he's shown is that he wants to be here. All he's shown is that he has the right mindset to make it in the NFL. Kayvon Thibodeaux is a very savvy, intelligent businessman. He's not just a football player. He's not just an intelligent football player. He's an intelligent man. And he understands that he doesn't have to be the best to get paid. He just has to show that he's willing to work his ass off and give it all that he's got to John Harbaugh and be a reliable player. He's got to stay on the field. He hasn't exactly done that. But I think bringing in this new coaching staff where they don't know much about him, he's not their guy, right? He's Joe Shane drafted him, but he's not John Harbaugh's guy. He's not Denard Wilson's guy. Kayvon Thibodeaux is just, all he's shown is that he's willing to work, and nothing is going to get rid of that self-belief that he has in him. And I really appreciate that as a fan. If you're a Giants fan, you should really appreciate the role and the mindset Kayvon Thibodeaux had this offseason. Because he basically got big broed by Abdul Carter and Byron Burns. Those dudes are so much more talented than him. But if you're the Giants and you're Joe Shane, you this room is so good because of all three of them. And of course, Arvell Reese, but he's not an edge rusher right now. This room is so talented because of all three of them. Yes, Brian Burns and Abdul Carter are the headlines, but you need three. And Kayvon Thibodeaux in 2024, he had 42 pressures. He was on pace for almost 60 pressures for the full season, and his sacks weren't quite there at like they were in his rookie year at 12.5, but in 2025 he really made an impact in the run game. Those first few games, that was the best football I've ever seen of Kayvon's career. The game against Dallas, week 2, I know we let up 40 points. Kayvon had a really good game. Against Washington, he had a really good game. And I just think that a guy like Trayvon Walker is getting paid $100 million, $25 a year. Kayvon is better than him. And he's gonna work harder than him. And if he can just stay healthy this year, I don't think he's hit his prime yet. I really do not think he's hit his prime yet. I think the best years are ahead of him, especially with John Harbaugh and Denard Wilson. I think this defense being a lot better than it has been in the past is really going to help. I think not being down 15 and teams just running the ball every single play because it's a blowout by the third quarter, that is going to help Kayvon Thibodeaux get a lot of sacks. And speaking about John Harbaugh and the effect that he is going to have on Kayvon, I just think John Harbaugh is really going to match his energy. I think Brian Daboll was kind of like a minimalist, and Kayvon didn't match with him well. He didn't mesh. The word I'm looking for is mesh with him well. Shane Bowen, we know, was a bum. Denard Wilson is going to bring this fierce defense, kind of like Wink Martindale, but run a different scheme. But I think they have a similar mindset that Kayvon was meant to fit in Wink's system, and I think that can be replicated with Denard Wilson. So, also, Brian Burns and Kayvon Thibodeaux are best friends. Like, these guys are only going to make themselves better. Burns talks about the type of man that Kayvon has become and how he's so proud of that. Not that he's taking credit for it, but he's just seeing him grow up and be this intelligent football player and human. And Kayvon's just one of my favorite players. And if we were to let him walk, so let's just talk about the flip side, I think his best years, I think we'd really regret it, because I think his best years are this year and to come. And I think he's going to thrive under John Harbaugh. He's going to thrive under a hard-nosed head coach who's going to push every player to their limit. That's what Kayvon needs. That's what he wants. Brian Daboll's cross-country ass was not doing that. He was not doing that. Like, Daboll just ran such a soft program, and I don't think Kayvon appreciated that. He's not going to say anything because that's the head coach, but he's really going to excel under John Harbaugh, and I think he's going to really take that leap. If Kayvon were to hit free agency, he would definitely get Trayvon Walker type money. He would definitely get at least $25 million. And when teams are calling to ask about his character, there's only good things to be said, you know? So we didn't trade him. We didn't trade him at the draft. That was an option. That we were receiving offers from the Saints, is what the reports were. We didn't trade him, so just extend him. Like, he clearly wants to be here. Just extend him. You, like Joe Shane said, you can never have enough pass rushers. I'm really excited for Kayvon's future. I'm really excited for this defense's future. And yeah, thank you for watching. Go Giants.